Pema Chödrön, When Things Fall Apart, Heartadvice for Difficult Times. When Things Fall Apart explores the idea of embracing life's difficulties and teaches us ways to transform these challenging moments into valuable life lessons. Pema Chödrön presents key learnings that include facing our fears, understanding loneliness, examining hope and fear, valuing impermanence, suffering, and egolessness, and practicing compassion. Through various examples and meditation techniques, the book shows us how to confront our problems, embrace change, and cultivate a more compassionate and balanced approach to life.
Embrace your fears. Instead of avoiding fear, embrace it to gain new perspectives on life, relationships, and past experiences. By understanding fear on a deeper level, positive solutions can emerge from unexpected places in life. Fear is a natural human emotion that most of us try to avoid. However, in certain stages of life, we should welcome fear as it can help us gain new perspectives on our personality, relationships, and past. When we face problems, fear is often our first reaction, but reflecting on it can help us understand it on a deeper level. Often, when things fall apart in our lives, such as our health or marriage, we tend to focus on resolving the situation instead of learning from it. But to change this, we need to realize that life is constantly changing, and unexpected solutions may emerge from the most surprising places. For instance, a family that relied on their son's financial support was left in despair when he got hurt severely. But, just 2 weeks later, the army came to their village to collect all men for the war. Since the son was injured, he was allowed to stay home, which later enabled him to find work again and continue supporting his family. In the end, the family's worries were needless as life had brought them a new solution. By embracing fear and creating space in our lives to let things happen, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our fears. This understanding can lead to positive solutions that we may not have considered before. So, instead of avoiding fear, we should embrace it and use it as a tool to navigate through life's uncertainties. Embracing solitude. Many of us aim to improve ourselves and achieve bigger things, but we often overlook the benefits of solitude. The middle way is an open state of mind that allows us to observe our problems without judgment. When feeling lonely, do not resist the feeling, instead embrace it and relax. Solitude provides opportunities for self-observation and can be turned into meditation sessions. Meditation is not always about improvement, it's a time to let go of ideals, beliefs, and norms to observe our true selves. Developing maitri, a loving kindness and unconditional friendship with ourselves, is important. Question your hope and fear. The Tibetan language accurately describes the relationship between hope and fear. Hope and fear create a dual feeling of dissatisfaction within us. To break free from these emotions, we must question our hopes and fears, including our fear of death. Accepting the impermanence of life helps us embrace death as part of a constantly changing flow. By doing so, we can ultimately rid ourselves of the fear of death. Embracing existential truths. Exploring the 3 existential truths of impermanence, suffering, and egolessness can help us lead a fuller and happier life. Impermanence urges us to celebrate new beginnings, while suffering reminds us of the value of pain. Egolessness frees us from self-absorption and helps us live in the moment, appreciating what's around us. By understanding and embracing these truths, we can find a sense of ease and fulfillment in our existence. Cultivating compassion. The power of self-compassion in creating a compassionate society is discussed. Practicing compassion towards oneself and others is emphasized as a means of fostering connectedness and a sense of purpose. The article examines the concept of bodhicitta and introduces the practice of tunglen, which involves breathing in someone's pain and exhaling joy. Tunglen has been embraced by AIDS patients, who find that it promotes a sense of community and wellness. The Zen teacher Rashi Bernard Glassman's project for the homeless in New York City is presented as an example of how relationships with those rejected by society can help people connect with parts of themselves they have rejected. Finally, the article stresses that compassion is not to be avoided, but rather embraced, as it has the power to change lives. Ancient strategies for everyday life. The book highlights 3 ancient strategies that can be applied to everyday life. The first is to embrace our thoughts through meditation rather than struggle with them. The second is using times of suffering as a wake-up call and using the Tunglen technique to breathe in and out the urge we're experiencing rather than suppressing or denying it. The final strategy is to manifest awakened energy by recognizing that everything is alive and perfect the way it is. By witnessing our world this way, we learn to work with what we've got and take the present moment as our teacher.
Pema Chödrön's When Things Fall Apart teaches us to welcome fear, loneliness, and impermanence as ways to understand ourselves and the world around us better. By practicing self-reflection and meditation, we develop a compassionate and loving attitude towards ourselves and others. By questioning our hopes and fears and embracing the relentless change in life, we can ultimately achieve a more fulfilling existence. Using exercises such as Tunglen and strategies like No More Struggle, we can navigate life's challenges with confidence and wisdom. Ultimately, this book presents us with the tools to become more mindful, understanding, and present in our daily lives.